Hey, hey, good morning. What is it, Thursday? Yeah, 10 o'clock a.m. I just uploaded another killing spree in Memphis. And then I was checking shout out to Mr. Dotson. He gave me some new details on Takeoff murder and why DJ Pat ain't going nowhere. He ain't going nowhere based on these new details. So what I'm going to do is let y'all hear some stuff. And then I'm going to come back later and I want y'all to tell me what y'all think in the comments section about Mr. Pat. Because we thought that there was a fight and then they said it wasn't a fight. It was people running from the gunshots. But surveillance said it was a fight. Full-fledged fight. So what y'all forgot was you had these people just pop up out of nowhere with all of these merging two different video footages together to analyze it and try to piece it together like they some movie directors from a network. Yeah. To throw folk off and create content on fake narratives. Y'all forgot. Remember now, somebody came and said that they put two different videos together and to make it sink in, and y'all just ran with it. I ain't gonna lie. For a minute I did too until I remembered. Oh, wait a minute. They done this before. That hacker. You remember I told y'all that? That's when I bagged up. I did the Michael Jackson moonwalk backwards, baby. When I remembered that hacker told me that subscriber had Maurice putting stuff in his hand and making stuff move that really wasn't there. So that's when I stopped. So y'all forgot. You got to remember. But the footage that the HPD got ain't been altered, ain't been merged. They said it was a fight, and it was clear. That old Pat pulled the gun, shot. And they saying based on the footage and the positioning, he was the only shooter. But I'm going to let y'all hear that. But I want to know why Pat pulled out a gun. He was behind them. So why did you feel a threat? You were behind Takeoff. That means you were behind Quavo. So if you was behind them, where was your threat, man? Who did you shoot for? Yeah. What did Clark briefly return to the bowling alley for? Okay, so it's the bottom. Investigators. Forensic proves he is the only person who could have shot and hit Takeoff. My brother, you in trouble. That's why you was trying to get that to expedite passport to get the hell out of Dodge. Forensics. Forget everything else, my friend. That's skill for y'all. Y'all do know that, right? That rolling up. Oh, forensics say it proves Get your plea game together. But I want to know why you was behind and you felt threatened. I think you were hired. I'm going to tell you that now. They had already picked old Clark up before. Let him go because the gun he had on him at that time was not the gun they was looking for. What we didn't know is that the gang unit, see, this is what I'm saying, who was he shooting for? If he was behind Takeoff and Quavo, why did he feel the need to shoot? Where was his threat? But the gang unit had already arrested him before. So that's why I tell you how Houston do. They'll arrest you, get some info on you, let you go, and then come back and get you. That's why I said I wasn't moving no more on Lil Cam. Ha! I tried to tell y'all. But here, he had already been arrested. The gang unit arrested him and let him go. That's why the brother was trying to get that passport expedited. Oh, yes, sir, you were on your way out. You was finna run. Run, Forrest, run. Run, Forrest, run. Can we take the time to hit the like button for me? Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's hit the like button for me. What? Let's hit the like button for me. I'll wait. Y'all hit the like button. Let's go. Let's watch it.
Off some murder investigation.
The document shedding new light on what exactly led to the popular rapper's murder last month.
And they detail how police zeroed in on murder suspect Patrick Clark with the help of surveillance cameras all over downtown that helped detectives piece this all together. Now, police say standing outside the
how many people
here, and they detail how police zeroed in on murder suspect Patrick Clark with the help of surveillance cameras all over downtown that helped detectives piece this all together. Now, police say 34 people were standing outside the bowling alley before the shooting started. That included Takeoff, Quavo, and local producer Jay Prince, among others. Quavo began arguing with two men who had just...
Okay, so let me correct that, because I don't think Jay Prince Sr. was there. He didn't clarify Jay Prince Jr., but Jay Prince Jr. was right there. So now that the surveillance is showing Jay Prince Jr. was right there, was he a part of the fight? Is that possibly why he walked over? But I'm correcting them. That was Jay Prince Jr., not just Jay Prince. There's a senior and a junior. We're talking about Junior, who want to be his daddy so bad. I've been telling y'all, he been trying to replace his daddy, but his daddy is way more smarter.
4 people were standing outside the bowling alley before the shooting started. That included Takeoff, Quavo, and local producer Jay Prince, among others. Quavo began arguing with two men who had just won money off a dice game. One of them was later ID'd as Cameron Joshua, who was facing weapons charges. A physical fight broke out, and then two men opened fire.
So, for clarification, a fight did break out. They ain't say nothing about somebody was trying to steal, rob, snatch. They didn't say, they just said a fight broke out with two guys because of a dice game. Okay?
Two men who had just won money off a dice game. One of them was later ID'd as Cameron Joshua, who was facing weapons charges. A physical fight broke out, and then two men opened fire. One of those men is murder suspect Patrick Clark. Now, police say Clark...
Okay, so two men opened fire. So there was an exchange of gunfire. And based on what I'm hearing right now, Patrick was behind Quavo and Takeoff. He was behind Takeoff. So why did you open fire? Because if you showed the gun, because they say that it's clear it was in your hand. So now I'm gonna say it appears that they saying DJ Pat posed the threat, and whoever exchanged fire with him felt the threat because they saw, oh boy, because they said two people opened fire, exchanged in fire. So if it was Amigo Bands, then he was supposed to return fire. That's why he was backing up. That would be why he was backing up, because he saw a gun.
A physical fight broke out, and then two men opened fire. One of those men is murder suspect Patrick Clark. Now, police say Clark is seen on video pulling out a gun and firing multiple rounds while holding a wine bottle in the other hand. After the shooting, Clark is seen fleeing to the House of Blues, where he left that wine bottle. Fingerprints matched Clark's when HPD later had it tested. Clark briefly returned to the bowling alley before finally leaving the area. Investigators say forensics prove Clark is the only person who could have shot and hit Takeoff from where both men were positioned. Takeoff was shot twice, once in the back and once in the head. Again, investigators say Takeoff was an innocent bystander in all of this. Now, Clark was arrested during a traffic stop by the HPD Gang Division on December 1st. He had a gun on him at that time, but it was not the one used in the shooting. He did not make any comment during that arrest. But new today, he has asked the judge for money to pay a private investigator. Of course, we'll stay on top of all this.
So what y'all think? Ooh, it ain't looking good for old Pat. Y'all talk to me. I'll be back a little later. Again, thank you, Mr. Dotson. Appreciate you. Hey. Fast. She's about them facts.